back me up on this?
Sorry, wasn't paying
Tristan?
attention.
He just TLDR'd you, man.
uh,
No, I was actually just trying to get these stupid presidential alerts to go away. I keep clearing them and they keep coming back.
Really, I haven't been getting any presidential alerts aside from the initial test.
That's all I got, but every time I cleared the message that I got the initial test, it keeps coming back.
you guys got the test, I didn't. The fuck was that?
Sorry, powering up engines over here, and it was...
He was powering up his voice. It's okay.
Activating full throttle. What? What is this? What are you doing? What are you doing? Get off me! Get off me! But you see, you see, Nick doesn't really have an accent, so I'm kind of forcing myself to go in New York, or Jersey, or something like that. Fuck.
Indeed.
You see, I did sell them red wood. What? With a space in the middle. Red wood.
Okay, go. Yep, Rory,
What's that?
if you are ready.
They're being ambushed by little kids.
Yep.
Yep.
A couple of them have wooden blades. Most of them have wooden blades, actually. 3 of them have real weapons. They're not vibro weapons.
They're just bladed.
But they are metal bladed weapons.
Yeah.
They have surrounded you as you were getting closer to the shield tower.
You know the sad part? You said there's one that's actually there's 14-year-olds there, right?
There are the ones that actually have. There's 3 of them. The ones that actually have the metal weapons are like 13, 14. They're young teens. The rest of them range from
preteens.
8 to 11.
Nah, it's more of for the older ones. Rory isn't actually that far off. Like, only if there's a 14-year-old, he's only 4-5 years away. He is a young kid. He's not even done with his teenage years yet. Oh boy. Alright. But I have been ambushed. Okay. How far away is the... how close is the... just getting a gist of the scene.
Considering everything around.
How close is the tower I'm fixing? Question mark?
Oh, the tower you're fixing... do you want meters or feet?
This is America.
Depending on what part of America you say, they ask for both.
It was like, dude, come on. We're American.
Dude, is America alive?
Okay.
But nah, we've been doing meters. I don't seriously care.
The tower is 30 feet away from you. The kids around you range from 5 to 10 feet away.
Okay, so yeah, they're pretty much in my face. Like, he'll just look around, see any other passerby, as I imagine they're just observing the situation.
Um, for those that are caring to pay attention, like as they walk by,
Yeah.
they, in general, the people are finding it, the adults rather, are finding it amusing, though you are getting the sense that they're only finding it amusing because they don't consider it a threat to you. They apparently are assuming some sort of standard that would put you that would put you in no danger to them by their own standards.
Wonderful. Uh, Alright. I've had 2 weeks to think about this. Oh boy. Alright.
You'll be
So-
fine. It's just beating up a couple of kids. Probably.
The thing is, he doesn't.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying that's all that they're expecting you to do.
Yeah, I know. But there's also another thing. Rory has a job to do.
Very true.
Which he does bring up as like. So, Rory heavily sighs behind his helmet. He's like, loud enough to let them hear. He's like, alright, what do you want?
One of the uh, 9-year-olds will start to approach you with their wooden weapon drawn, but one of the older ones will uh, kind of wave a hand to make him stop. One of the teen males looks like he's holding a short blade. Oh, we're wanting to see how tough you are.
Really? That's it?
One of the other kids will will chuckle, and the teen will look over at him. What? No, that's why we're doing this. One of the other teens will look at him, look at you. But we're not that consequential to you?
No. It's not that. It's more of, I have a job to do. And then I have another job to do after this. And more or less, I really don't want to fight you.
One of the 9-year-olds will speak up. Adults are so busy. There'll be some of the other kids saying similar things in agreement. Well, if you have such a big job to do, I guess you can just move past them.
I know it's not that easy, because you're gonna keep harassing me. That's it. But here's a fun thing for you.
Yeah, what's that?
He addresses the one that's older. Do you really know what you're doing with that knife? Do you really know what you intend to do with that knife?
I moved on. I moved on to real weapons 2 years ago. Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
No. I mean, I know you know the knife work, how to use it and all that, how to fight. But do you know what its purpose is? What you're going to have to do with it?
Uh, two of the smaller children will chime in for the older one. Uh, they're saying two different things. Though one says uh, to to protect uh, to protect your family, and the other one, they're speaking at the same time. Uh, says something about retaking their home.
Interesting. Gonna tuck those behind the back.
But the teenager you're talking to, is it's a oh, kill outsiders and be fierce and stuff.
Kill outsiders. But do you know what that really means? To kill. And he slowly starts walking forward to the other one. To kill. To feel the struggling pulse as they try to fight you back. You shanking your blade into their heart or neck. Blood oozing on your hands. Feeling their pulse slowly die. Slower, and then vanish.
I like that. Roll intimidation with a +5.
That's... I believe it was perception, correct? Because it's a con?
Intimidation is knowledge.
I know it's
Okay.
weird.
Yeah, going back and forth. Let's see. Oh. Yep, shut. Yeah, come on. That's 14. Ego teen.
As you approach and get closer to his outdrawn blade, he will take take a few steps back.
And mind you, Rory has not taken any of his weapons.
Okay.
Seeing this, Rory pushes in further. Just gonna come with a random one. Do you know of the clan Janea?
Yeah, of course I do.
Great, good. Then you know that they were once great warriors. They honed a single weapon, a blade, and they honored the blade by knowing that whenever they pulled it out, it would not be sheathed until they drew blood on it. So tell me, do you wish to also follow their path?
That- didn't want to fight you anyway. Though he says that he still has his blade out towards you. Many of the other kids at this point have basically scattered. They're still within line of sight, but they're definitely out of any kind of engagement range. The two other teams, however, are still close by. One of the other teams, the other team that spoke up earlier, come on, Jeff. If he's seen some things, we can go over there. The third teenager, a uh, girl with slightly longer blade than the rest of them. They'll just tap him on the shoulder with the blade.
He's like, it's not worth it, man. And Roy just keeps staring down that particular one.
Let's go kill like some game or something.
Cherish your innocence. There is a little left in the world. And then he just walks off.
Okay. Can you roll perception, please? As you walk off.
Oh man, you're just pulling like the bitter vet syndrome on them.
8.
Okay.
Yep. Well, that's kind of how Rory kind of sees violence. Like, before he joined the rebellion, he hadn't killed anyone. Hadn't needed to.
That's a very valid point. I forgot you were killed. You haven't killed anyone until like the third mission.
Mm-hmm. Where we met Gin.
That is true.
Gid made you kill.
I was made to kill.
Oh no, that's a crap roll. Oh no.
That's a super crap roll.
Okay. The one that had the longsword, the girl that had the longsword, does not flee with her friends. She is, however, following you not so subtly. Like, she's not next to you, she's like 10, 12 feet back.
She doesn't seem like she's gonna fight, is she?
No,
That's all I ask.
She seems to think that she's being sneaky.
He'll let her think that, and just keep going.
She does have this look on her face, like she is. How do I phrase it? Kind of like you're trying to follow a like minor celebrity.
What have you done?
I don't know.
When you get closer to the tower, one of the older, not elderly by any means, but older men nearby,
Yeah, like adult.
grabs her and pulls her off of her little sneaking path. They're clearly exchanging words, and she looks awkward, kind of like she's been caught and not wanting to admit she's been caught. But around the tower, there are 5 people trying to work on it. You're seeing damage in several places where the conduits couldn't hold the power correctly. Seeing 3 women, 2 men. One of the men looks more buff than the rest, though all 5 of the people here do definitely have some some definition. Like they are not unfamiliar with the idea of physical labor.
Yeah, figured.
Four of them have um, hodgepodge utility belts on. Not all of them have a complete tool set.
Hmm.
They're looking over the damage. Look at what parts they have. The more muscular one that's kind of just being on guard notices you. Ugh. I don't think this is anything that interests you.
Actually, it kind of does. And plus, I was sent by. Was I given names for basically the leaders?
Does anyone?
I believe, yeah, they introduced themselves.
Oh, I don't know if Rory was there to be introduced to them, because he was more or less just observing the people themselves.
By extension of the fact that we volunteered you, though, I
Yeah,
think you would have been at least introduced to them.
If you were not introduced, they should have at least announced that you were coming.
That is definitely the other thing. Thank you, Tristan.
This is true.
Also, apparently, my connection to the server has been interrupted.
Yep, same here.
That's happened to me too.
Same.
I just had to
Roll
reset.
20s down. Roll 20 down.
Down.
Roll 20 down. I repeat, roll 20 down. But knowing that, it's like, you leaders, you're supposed to be, or I'm supposed to be sent here to help fix the tower.
Oh, I do know there was some meeting. Well, if you think you can help.
Well, it depends on how bad it is.
The group of 4 people are currently arguing over the material to use. Their the argument more specifically is consisting of whether whether sure cable or reinforced coppering should be used. The people arguing for the sure cable are talking about duration of current. The reinforced copper people are on the side of, yeah, but we know this can handle the current.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, engineers are going with each other. Take a picture.
Now the question is, are they speaking engineer right now? Which basically consists of fuck.
Are they speaking the technolingua?
Right now they're just arguing over materials.
No, that's fine. No, that's fair. I was just messing about it. Anyways. So, kind of walking with a person, if they are guarding, is like, so what exactly is the situation, if I might know? Also, Rory.
Huh. Well. They'll look over at you and they clearly aren't quite sure what they're looking at. They are focusing a bit on your hair, though.
Yeah, he would have taken off his helmet by now.
Oh, uh, one of the women will speak up. You're are you that outsider who defeated Yasna?
No, that was another of my crew.
Huh. You look more like a sneak anyway. I'm Jada.
Rory. Or Rorzin. Whatever you want to say.
The others will introduce themselves as um, Das, Lovoth, and Litha, respectively.
Mm.
Uh, Lovoth will speak up. Well, I don't suppose you got any actual parts with you, so we can have some other material to work with. He looks at his companions. He looks tired of having the discussion that they've been having.
Mm.
But Das will speak up. Uh, More importantly, the issues we were having, uh, the main conduit that was powering the emitters couldn't handle the uh, current for any more than a few seconds. We're thinking that some of the battle damage may have some of the heat may have gotten to the cabling and wore it out in some places.
Oh.
Uh, Jada will add on. There's also uh, some other damage, but that's mainly in the redundant systems. Right now, we're more concerned with just getting the primaries working.
Mm. Yeah. As for materials, I have some materials, but probably not what you need. I do have tools, but um, as a techie, is it possible to use like both wires or anything like that? I'm just curious because I'm just kind of like I have no idea.
Uh,
Because
if you wanna kind of look at the shield tower
the
and
the
kind of
damage,
analyze it,
yeah.
you can give me a technical roll.
Technical. Is this repair or anything?
I'd actually constitute this as um, I'll constitute this under equipment, so you can get your dice for equipment repair.
Woo! Okay, that's gonna be fun. 17.
Okay. Looking at it, the main cable has been severed in several. Speaking of wire, several places. Uh, as a patch job, uh, you feel that you could use both, or rather each one in select areas by routing through some of the redundant systems and spreading some of the current through there using the lower current wires and patching some of the critical areas with the more heavy duty cable. It's not a perfect fix, but it's one you can
Yeah.
implement with the materials you have on hand, provided
Yeah.
someone doesn't physically mess it up.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, you could technically jerry rig it. I would honestly suggest getting better materials, but that's not something you can probably do within about within the next 5 hours, and you need that thing up ASAP. So probably go through the redundant systems, strip whatever wire you can, and try to switch between both the reinforced copper and the what was it? What was the other one?
The Shure cable.
And the share cable going back and forth through certain areas, going through critical systems and all that. Won't be pretty, but we'll get it done. We'll get it done.
Livoth will slap Jada on the back of her on her back on her shoulder. It's like, yeah, why didn't you think of that? Jada will give him a glare. Well, it could work, but it's spotty, and I didn't want to risk it.
No, that is fair. Hold on. Let me make sure I don't have anything. So he puts down his pack, kind of rifles through it. He's like, no. Like, takes a few things out. They do see, like, basically his scrap ID. No, not there. Mesh tape, no. Honestly, I don't think he has anything else besides spare materials. He doesn't have Craft MacGyver.
Does he have a repair kit on him?
Craft
Yes.
MacGyver is basically any skill in this game, so...
No, that's fair. But
You guys hear me?
yeah. He does have a repair kit though.
What kind of dice bonus does it give?
Mine is the plus 2 pip.
Plus 2 pip? Okay, so it wouldn't have some of the heavy dutier stuff to it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, well, this is mobile, mind you, so this is the mobile variant. So it's like, I don't have my full stuff on me.
Yeah, I imagine it's like the smaller kit versus the box that people lug around.
I mean, just saying, we did bring the ship by we did
Yeah,
bring the ship by, right?
The ship is gone, because you guys were taking it up to scout the valley. We left him a speeder.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If we did that, we could have left him with the larger box that could easily fit on the speeder bike. So that he
I'm
could...
pretty sure we don't have a larger box. I think that the box is whatever he's carrying.
Oh. Never mind. I thought we had a larger box.
No, I've been leaving tool investments in the hands of the people who need tools, so...
Which is fair. Yeah.
I mean, if you need money for it, we can take it out of the loot crate. I just need to be aware that's what we're doing.
Oh no, I have money for it. I have money for it.
Okay.
Probably should though. That will be the next expense. He'll forward the money.
Litha will look at the redundant systems you were talking about. The outsider is right. We can definitely route it through here if we do it correctly. We can split the load. We will just need to bypass some of the damage parts. By the way, Rory, you can tell by the kind of damage that was caused that high-end blaster fire is responsible for this damage, like the kind that comes from vehicles.
Oof. That's finally seeing the damage up close, like that is some wow. That's heavy duty.
It's clear that the tower had been damaged a while ago. This isn't recent. Yeah.
Still impressive. It's like, I'll give you this. It's impressive that. Well, is it like really bad damage or like?
There are um, there are some holes in the tower revealing some of the internals.
So it's pretty bad.
Yeah, there are other areas where the outer casing's just been blown off, but
Yeah.
the more major hits are ones that expose some internals. Like, it looks like the redundant systems that were damaged because the blaster bolt fragmented the outer casing and sent shrapnel inside.
Yeah. As Roy's looking at this, is like, well, for what it's worth, it's impressive you got it all fixed to even begin with.
Um, Docile, speak up. I actually have been paying more attention to you than the tower. I think we're willing to help you here with your idea, though. Did you walk here? Did you take a land speeder or something?
You mean my crew and myself?
Yeah.
So we did have a vehicle, yeah.
Well, if it's still here, we could take parts from it to help with the repairs.
Mm.
I like that. It's like, oh, I got them a ride.
As much as I would like to volunteer, and I probably would. It's kind of my ride now. My crew went off to see to a situation, so it's my only left.
Litha will look at you from around the corner of the tower. So what? Your friends aren't going to get you? Like they're going to come back for you?
He just shrugs.
Oh, that doesn't sound like very good friends to me.
You're aware of the plan.
He'll
Oh yes, we're horrible friends. We made sure to leave him a car.
Yeah,
No,
he's like, no, they trust me. Besides, I kind of like working alone anyway. A little better usually. Yeah. But no, they've got their own things to do, and I can't really help with it. So I have a better place here.
Lovath will smile. See, he has a good head on his shoulders. If you're not doing something to help, you're in the way. And he sees that. Lithel will just shrug. I don't know, Lovath, if you were, over there, I'd go and help you out. Jada will be collecting some cable and just pipe in. That's because you like him.
Or he just goes about his business helping with the wiring if they want him to.
Yeah.
Like,
Since you're going to be helping repair the tower with the equipment you have and the help you have, you can make me a repair roll with a +2 dice assistance bonus. The repair, provided there isn't any issues that crop up, should take. Your estimate is 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay, that's not bad. So, toolkit, repair kit, +2. Big money, no whammies. Okay.
Awesome. Now, you, with the help of the other techs, rewire things through the redundancies and go in for a test run. Please roll me a d6.
Okay. Before doing that, he would actually like crawl through the systems if need be and double check if anything is like missing or anything like that, or needs to be fixed if need be.
Okay.
So perception, I guess. Or
The double check your work. That'd be another technical.
Yeah.
roll.
Another technical.
Yeah.
Did we negotiate 7 or 8?
I thought it was 7.
Okay.
That's 18. $32.
32. Awesome. You do actually notice a It's not a flaw in the work itself, but you notice that one of the redundant systems is that you're routing through is more damaged than you guys first thought. You simply take a few of the fine parts from the 2 damaged U sections to shore up the redundant one that you're routing through, and it looks like it'll work fine.
Cool. All right.
You will also realize that with this shoddy work, when I say it's not really shoddy, with this jury-rigged work, you are guessing that if this jury-rigged work would fail, it would fail after 5 hours of constant use, if at all.
Yeah. So he'll mention that before lighting the candles. Like, okay, just in case, though, he puts on his helmet. Is like, okay, distance and lighting. That's a 6.
Awesome. There'll be the hum of the power generators turning on. A few sparks will fly out from the rigged wiring, illuminating the area for brief fractions of a second. At the top of the tower, the outer emitters will glow as energy at first in an uncertain wave before solidifying into a solid beam go into the middle emitter. But a few seconds later, the outer sparking stops as the redundant systems fully come online. At the top of the tower, a small bubble starts forming before from the bubble a upwards umbrella of energy starts rising and curtaining. It's a umbrella like dome of soft translucent blue and a almost pink, the pinker side of purple, splotches of energy flowing down from the top of the dome, fading as it spreads out. The village and some settlement, rather, and some area beyond the settlement is, over the course of a minute and change, is enveloped in a lightly glowing shield dome. Since you were looking at this tower, this is more of a deflector combination. So, in addition to ray shields, there is a limited amount of particle shielding, though you're not sure how velocity limited the particle shielding is.
Hmm.
Lavoth will just be smiling at the accomplishment with with Litha just grabbing his arm in an excited hug. Jada is not showing any kind of affectionate exuberance, but she does have a prideful smile on her face.
Hmm.
The sixth person, the guard, is oh, it works. That's pretty good. He doesn't know much about it. Jada will give you a soft punch in your arm. Good work.
He'll take off his helmet now that the danger is safe. He's like, glad it didn't blow up at least. Though, as said, it won't hold all the way. If I'm able to, I can probably see if I can scrounge more material to see if we can make it more permanent. Pretty it up a little. Cause I crawled through that. That is not kosher.
No, the repulsor artillery really did a number on it.
And that's when Rory goes like wide-eyed and is like, "That'll do it."
What was that?
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Oy vey. So, no, it's not my place.
Litho rather, will go over and whisper something into Jada's ear. Then Jada will look at her. No. And it's not like we don't have the supplies. Lavoth, if you look at him, looks like he doesn't know what the two women are talking about. Litha will look at you since Jada appears to beats again
Not like
if
this.
what she said. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
if you want Blue, you can join us for some food in one of the tents, and that we have this done. We certainly are cooking things right now. And with this up, the tensions will be down at least for a little bit. Not everyone has to be as on guard as they were before.
Mm-hmm. Where he thinks about it is like,
Jada looks a little embarrassed that she made the offer. You have the sense that it's more on a cultural ground than
yeah,
anything
personal.
else.
Yeah, I think I know because she's like kind of a leader. She didn't extend it, kind of thing. So maybe I don't know. Where it's just like, okay. Where he thinks about it is like, let's see. I don't think they needed me for anything. Let me double check real quick. 1 second, please. And he kind of walks off. Is like, so click on to long range. Hey, Crow.
Yep.
Tower's all fixed up. You need me to head out there ASAP or anything like that?
No, take your time. You know, we got 3 days to kill.
Wilco, I'm gonna see if I can get a feel for the clan myself, if you don't mind.
Be my guest. I expect
All right.
support,
Well,
though.
no, understandable. I'll see what I can do.
Everyone's paperwork.
No, I don't expect him to sit down and tell me. Take 10 minutes to tell me. I'm just
Yeah. Give a report of observations.
yeah.
I assume
Good.
you'd be expecting a paper report from Dimitri, though. Because maps.
Like I said, I expect maps. I don't expect maps and notes. I don't expect like forms in triplicate, but
I mean,
No, you put the forms in triplicate together. They form a map. All the words just form a map.
yes.
the map should be self-doing. I mean, you've got 2 Tachikomas equipped with like fully geocensoring map shit.
But that isn't as fun. Oh my gosh, Tress.
So, no, you just gave me the best idea. It's going to be both. There's going to be the hand-drawn version of it that I'll show him first. And then it's going to be like, if Crow asks, do you have this in something that's not paper? And then I'll just hit the holograph button.
Well, I mean, the paper one will be good too, but this gives you the ability to do 3D.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like, the moment you mention it, it's like, yeah, I'm already there.
That,
3D.
That reminds me of a comic I read where someone like burned up the diplomatic papers identifying these guys as envoys, and then one of the people brings out a copy. It's like, I'm a bureaucrat. I do things in triplicate.
That's fair.
Sure, yeah, burn my idea. Have more. But okay. So that sounds like what Rory's gonna accept their invite then.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any particular goal during this dinner? It's the group you work with plus what looks to be about 5 other technical or mechanical people by the looks of it.
Okay. Let's see. Kind of hear their personal sticks if they really want to. Like, how do they end up in this particular area? Like, or rather, as technicians, kind of that kind of thing. Ask about more so tall if they're also willing to devote. He's just more or less just like listening and
Okay.
more listening instead of talking himself.
Is he having a cultural exchange moment, is what I'm hearing?
Pretty much.
Awesome.
So trying to get a beat on some of the personal stuff going on from what you've mentioned.
Yeah, make sure I'm not like doing any social faux pas as well.
Well, from that standpoint, you do pretty much know that they do find your soft-spoken nature to be um, a sign that they see it as more of a confidence thing. You know, since you're not necessarily since you're not necessarily projecting
Mhm.
what you're saying in a super loud, not super loud, but like a conversational
Yeah.
manner at times. Like, oh,
Mhm.
okay, we'll just regulate you to lesser important things. Kind of vibe what they're from what they're getting from in terms of their perception of that. Which is
Yeah.
probably actually why the kids thought they could take you until you laid down some life on them.
I thank the Gurkhas for giving me that idea.
Um, um, Litha and Lovoth are in a they're it's one of those things of like everyone knows that they're in a relationship, even they know they're in a relationship, but they're not admitting they're in a relationship.
Ah,
Um, Jada, on the other hand, um, can I actually get a persuasion roll from you just so I can see kind of how in depth information you get in general? And while you're
uh,
making that roll, what's I know what the
is
scout
that knowledge
uh,
or
persuasion's under perception.
okay?
Um, I know the scout team is out scouting. I don't recall what
Crow and
Crow.
everybody else were going back to the village because we had to. We needed Gin's list of top hunters. We had to
Okay,
let the village know what they'd been committed to make sure they were down with it.
gotcha. I'll finish up with him real quick, and then I'll pop over to the theme proper then.
I'd love to be a
Um,
part of that initial conversation if there was
who?
time permitting.
Yeah, who boy? 16.
See, okay. Uh, you'll you'll find out that outside of the fact that they work together, um, Das, Jada, and Litha are friends. Jada, in particular, um, is recovering from a loss. Apparently, she had uh, lost someone she was close to. Litha implies um,
That they were really
that
close.
they were really close.
Yeah.
In a apparently it happened relatively recently, like within the last month or so, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, you you do get that the Sital were driven off from their home. The You'll definitely get that the First Order drove them off, or away rather. Um, and beyond that, it's a bit tight-lipped, but you get the sense that there is something protected in the Sertal city.
Like the one that they were fleed from,
The one that they
or
fled from, yeah.
yeah.
That that they at least believe is what the First Order was after. But you basically have a sense that there is to an extent, a ticking clock. Most of the people here are more concerned about getting their territory back over getting back within the untold time limit. That's the vibe you're getting from the text.
Yeah. But yeah, and if they have questions from him, he'll do what he can to answer. But other than that, he's just asking about that. Maybe why this location, or just basically, and maybe even techno garble if they to make him feel more acquainted. It's like, yeah, well, if you try this, blah blah blah.
Okay. Yeah, they'll ask you some questions. They're curious about your companions. They're curious as to why your hair is blue. They're wondering what got you into technology, that kind of thing.
Well, answers for that are crew. They're good. They're good at what they do. And kind of slip of the tongue says like that they have great warrior mana.
Oh, nice.
And kind of like it's like it kind of rubs his neck, saying that. It's like, oh yeah, sorry, I don't know if you knew if anyone has that terminology. But and for the hair, he says it's natural, got it from his mom. And then technology, he'll say that for that he got into it when he was a kid, about like maybe 8 years old. He was 8 years old. He was messing with some gears, and just kind of liked the way they sounded, and then eventually was able to turn on a very small, basically a clock, and then just kind of went from there.
Okay. Who is not here? Rory's not here.
Oh, and the Great Warrior Mana is like a very definite like praise and awestruck kind of tone. Like it kind of embarrasses him as he, after his leaves is up, he's like, oh. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Other than that, I can't really think of anything else. Like, probably, or actually, I think one thing he will ask is like, a lot of Sotalis seem to put like very high esteem on like strength and honor. What spurred this, like, a long history, basically.
If you like, I can actually get into that later, just so I don't monopolize.
Oh yeah. That's fine. I'm about to leave anyway soon, so feel free. Yeah, I'm just like, eh. but I'm good.
Okay. As I'm having to catch up on the chat here.
No, that's fair.
I mean, it's just would be a good way to describe it, Tristan. A superficial conversation about the fate of someone. That'd be a good way of describing it, Tristan.
Yep.
Which, if I'm not able to be at the village, it would be over PTV.
Well, I assume this was on the way to taking you back.
That works too. That actually makes more sense too.
Okay. Considering the camera switching over to you guys, if you'd like, you can actually talk this conversation out.
It's just easier to type it.
Okay, that allows things to actually advance.
Okay, well,
But I would totally be here unless Crow just said, we're just going to throw you into it immediately. But speaking of that, since it does matter, since we only had a few days to do this, how long does it take me to make that god roll? Do that god roll of scouting?
That was all 3 days. That's why you got as many dice as you did.
I didn't get any bonuses, if I
you did. You
recall.
gotta take your time bonus.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
take
Did
your
get to
time.
take a time bonus.
you gotta take your time
Yeah.
bonus. You had,
Yep. And you also had a bonus for actually being able to scout the whole valley in 3 days.
I see, that's why I gave you the information about the tunnels, and you had time to scout out the tunnels to know how much water was where.
I just wanted to make sure how long it actually took, because that was a stupid amount of dice after only getting like 3 or 4 extra dice on top of what I already had before power dice shenanigans.
Okay.
Because power dice shenanigans, they are a real thing.
And so I take it while you're at your theme, this is while Dimitri is scouting?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will GM later his part.
No.
So, looks like it's Crow, Sky, Gin, and Quinlan.
Quinlan?
Remember our pet Vosk? Vosk that we
Oh, okay.
decided to have
Yeah.
his amazing rolls in Jerky?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. No, that makes sense. Just as soon as you said Valve, I'm like, oh, yeah, that. I didn't know it's just that was his name. Quinlan.
He looks like an adorable little, fuck, what is that one Pokemon that looks like a hyena from Pokemon?
There's a lot of them. But to be fair, I also don't
No,
know
that's just-
Pokemon, though.
That is
Aw.
Link. I know that's Link.
Yeah,
but at
that.
the same time, I just think
No,
of
but still.
Mighty Hina, that's what it is.
Okay, well, on the way there, Gin is constantly looking like she just wants to go back to go back to the ship and let you guys deal with it, since she's made her decision on who to choose.
I mean, I think the best part about this is she's privy to this entire conversation that happened between Dimitri and Crow, and they were both just talking in very superficial, like, yeah, this isn't good either way. I mean, it's war, death, or you win. I guess there's a fourth option, but I say that fourth option's a miracle option.
Yep,
Do you agree?
Well, this is the trial of absorption. So if you lose, your theme gets absorbed.
I just mean overall with what we've done.
So like we cut back to the scene we're now in the canteen, and Crow's like, and that's what happened.
So let's get you at. See you at the bar.
You know what? I am somewhat glad now that I'm off in the jungle.
My puppy fell off the mat.
So
Welcome to the jungle, like it's what's there every day.
Oh god.
Just so you know, Crow, there are still people here that do occasionally point their weapons at Quinlan until they see that it's wearing armor and stuff.
It's got armor, it's got a little jetpack, and right now it's probably much better than a doggy bowl.
It's got armor and a jetpack. That's great.
Yeah, this thing is terrifying. Like, if someone touches it where the armor plating isn't, they have to deal with the fur. And then it jumps at you.
I am war.
With jetpack.
I am war.
The bitch of it was the droid programming to get the jetpack to respond.
No, that's fair. But all I can imagine is like zooming in on his face. I am war. I am vengeance. I am fury. I am jerky.
I just keep thinking of Final Fantasy VIII with Riona's dog-based attacks.
I lost my best friend, but then I got a talking dog best friend.
I'm gonna take the Voth, put it on my wrist bracer, fire a wrist rocket, then it'll ride.
How do you have a rocket large enough to do that? I'm terrified now.
I don't, but the dog weighs nothing because repulsor lift.
Bark.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Bork.
Oh god. So you're saying you have a man-portable boarding cannon now? In the form of a dog?
No, he has a Voth cannon. Excuse you, sir.
Drill missile weapons.
Yeah. I have a Voth launcher.
Ah, there you go.
That's just amazing.
There's the puns. I couldn't come up with a pun. But actually, since I'm not really needed, I need to get going.
And if I hit him on the
Bye, Greg. Have fun. Tell Jonathan I said hi.
I shall.
And everyone else. I can't remember their names because I barely talked to them, sadly.
It's only me and John tonight.
Tell Jonathan I said hi.
Yep.
Ja.
Oh, then. Yeah.
See you in a bit.
Yep. And come on. Give me the clothes.
Your phone decides not to like him. He has to stay with us. But onwards to Crow.
Gin will add on looking to the woman on the other side of the elder. And with all of that, we need you, Anya, as our seventh. For those who don't remember, this is Anya Kane. Does not look like the most personable person that has ever personed. Anya will get up from the bar seat. So let me get this straight. You took it upon yourself to get us embroiled in an all-or-nothing conflict?
Yeah, see? That's exactly what I was expecting.
I mean, I just thought of something and I'm typing it since I'm not
She
there.
followed my advice and made the best of a shitty situation.
That is the best answer ever.
We shouldn't have sent Gin in the first place. She's not qualified to make these kind of decisions.
Okay, if presented with the idea that they were going to invade you tomorrow, or fight you in an actual fair fight in 3 days, which option would you have gone with? Unless you guys are hiding a lot more hunters under, your skirt there, I don't think you guys can fight 1,300 trained warriors.
Last time you guys were here, you blew up a mountain.
We didn't blow
Well,
up.
okay, a small...
The volcano
That wasn't
was
the
going to erupt
entirety of
anyway.
the
We just
First Order doing that.
I'd say the volcano was going to erupt anyway. We just happened to be there. But sure, I'll take credit for a natural disaster.
Apparently, we are prime Earth movers.
You see 4 earthbenders I could see it taking to make a volcano explode. Okay,
For my next trick.
Again, I'll just be having narrowed eyes at Anya.
It may not look that way, but this really is your best option.
She's just upset because it was me making the calls. Anya will fold her arms. After everything and now this. Well, I don't really have a choice. I'll have to help you or get what? Repatriated?
I'm pretty sure we're going to win this with or without your help, but I would greatly appreciate your expertise. As I'm told you're the best hunter in the village, especially when it comes to the chosen battlefield.
Well, I'm certainly more of a hunter than Gin.
Which is why you were at the top of her list when I asked her for experts in the area.
Oh, well, isn't that good? Gin will take the drink in front of her and just not down it in a single gulp, but just gulp the drink down. Anya, we have the best people involved here. And as Crow has already said, even if we lose, we're not going to be killed or anything like that. Not that I intend for us to lose. You can blast all the things you want. Since you question my hunting ability so much. But at least you'll be there to help us.
We actively encourage you to blast things. That's kind of the entire point of this thing.
Anya will mumble something. Can I get a perception roll from you? Unless you actively have your directional mic on.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Dimitri's using big words, guys.
12.
Okay. You'll catch. You'll catch that. Hold on, let me roll for perception too. Oh. Nope, she missed it. She was too busy drinking. You'll catch that Anya mumbled. It's it's not your your shooting. I question. It's your targets.
Hmm.
The old guy here that appears to have always been the de facto old guy in charge. Will pat Anya on the side. Anya will sit down and nurse the pale beverage in front of her. The old guy, on the other hand, has a glass of some sort of light red liquid. It's probably some form of grape wine. Mm. Well, you are quite correct. We couldn't have possibly taken on a force of that size, even if a large portion of them weren't actually at the battle. Besides, even if we were to win and we send our people over there, what are we going to do about a settlement? If it was just a roving band, that'd be one thing, but they're looking to set roots.
That we may have you covered on. Dimitri recently discovered several abandoned, settlements, cities, villages. I'm not entirely sure what they are, but they look like they tie back to one of the older civilizations on this planet. We can probably set them up there. Or perhaps, depending on what information Rory comes back with, we might be able to get them to go back to where they came from, depending on what help they need to go back. Evidence around the camp indicated they fought something that ran them off. So perhaps after this, they'll be willing to tell us what ran them off, and then we can, help them go back.
I would certainly prefer not to have them inhabit any ancient sites, unless of course they're truly just abodes versus relics. Anya will cut in. Really, I think it'd be good for them to inhabit somewhere that's not our hunting grounds, but that's not my decision to make. Indeed, it isn't. But it does sound like you made, well, not the best decision. The most prudent one. Though I do regret the clause of having to join them if this is lost. He'll look again. I was about to shorten her first name, but then everyone would think would think would think The Force Awakens. Hmm. Okay. I can't necessarily have people forgive you for your transgressions, but if this is in fact one, I think I can assure some more positive notoriety on your part. If anything, we would have a much more sizable force if the First Order were to ever return and try to use Catheme for anything additionally nefarious. And we can always revise our hunting patterns for a larger population. Again, I'll nod. That's what I was that something positive is what I was hoping for. Anya clearly has a disbelieving look on her face, but the elder will continue. Regardless, this will still be a hard thing for the villagers to swallow. Is there any additional ways we could render assistance? Our livelihood is on the line, if anything else.
Well, as I said, we need one more person. Anya was top of the list for that. Any knowledge you guys have about this valley in question would be greatly appreciated.
I'd have to look at the records to see if anyone's been that far out.
And depending on what information you guys, and Dimitri come back with, we may need to borrow some of your hunting stuff. Basic stuff like camo, traps, snares, whatever you guys use.
Oh, that should not be a problem. We have plenty of that. Anya.
Pretty sure it'll come back in one piece.
Anya will pipe up. We have a number of animals we've been trying to domesticate. Could those be used in anything?
Okay, remind Tristan the terms were no optics, 7 people.
Yeah.
So the question of, do animals count as, do the animals fall within the restrictions we put down? I don't believe they do.
That's a matter of interpretation. There wasn't anything expressly mentioned. If anything, the Sertal would not have thought of the idea of bringing animals to consider categorizing that.
You guys are hunters. You guys are trained to work with your hunting animals, in sort of symbiotic partnership, I assume.
Some of us, not all of us.
Are you and or Gin one of those people that are trained in that fashion? Or do you guys know how to handle these animals that you are working on domesticating? What skills do they provide? I mean, I'd assume the obvious would be like, tracking and scenting.
Well, I usually do handle a number of the animals here. We have a. This sounds strange, but a sizable swarm of bats that we've been trying to train to use their echolocation to find paths that aren't readily noticeable, or as or as a way to um, uh, scout higher elevations that we can't necessarily get to.
I like it. I like it.
They do have a mild paralytic, but on humanoids, it just makes you a little tingly and sluggish. It doesn't actually paralyze you. It's it's more effective on the larger insectoids than it is humans.
Interesting.
Uh,
I have to have Sky take a sample of that later.
Are you talking about those giant moth things again? Ugh.
she wasn't talking about the giant moth things.
I think she might be able to do something with that.
Let's see. Recently, well, a couple weeks ago, got in. Excuse me. What amounts to large, a large carnivore, kind of bear-like if you're familiar with those, and a larger larger predator. She'll describe to you what amounts to a large wolf.
Similar to the big thing we saw in the ruins, or like Quinlan over there.
Larger than Quinlan.
So again, closer to that big boy we saw in the.
Yeah, not exactly one of those though, but yeah.
All right. Well, ideally, I don't want to kill these people because I think that the whole process will go smoother if we don't pile up bodies in front of them. One, because it makes you guys look more like warriors in their eyes, which again, improves your position even if you lose. And two, because that improves our odds of actually getting the information we need to either send them back where they came from or get them to work with us. So I'm not sure about your big canine. I am liking the bats though. What else you have?
Oh, we have raiding animals. For those of us who don't need to go far enough away to need speeders.
Well, playing to your strengths here. Like my thought was having you guys do hit and fade tactics for the woods. Shoot, move, shoot, move. Do you think a riding beast would help you in that situation or hinder you? My experience would indicate hinder, but you guys have a better idea of your riding skills than I do.
No, if there's tactical places in the area to go, riding animals would be better, but not for forest travel though. If we could herd a number of Vofk in that area though, I haven't seen many in this particular area, but from what I've heard, they like to climb trees and strike there if there's going to be a decent amount of forest where we're going.
Okay.
But I don't exactly keep a herd of Vofk. They're rather hard to domesticate and can seriously cause issues if they were to get out. I don't even know how you got that one over there.
Lots of Slim Jims. However, we're only fighting 7 people. One Voth might be enough if you can just help me figure out how to best employ him. Since you have a good idea of their hunting tactics. good shape than with the animal situation. What sorts of traps do you guys and snares do you employ?
We have. Excuse me. We have stun netting.
Netting's good.
We have some chameleon netting, so for if we're needing to wait for anyone.
That would be useful for the hit and fade. I don't believe. Remind me, I don't believe there was restriction on that sort of thing. Again, the only thing that's sticking in my head is optics and whatever you can carry.
Yeah, there was no optics, but whatever you can carry is valid.
So we are limited to whatever you can carry on your person, so I'm not sure.
I mean, technically you can carry the Tachikoma, right? It has a repulsor in it.
The Tachikoma's counting as a person.
I know, but I'm just saying, technically it has a repulsor, you can technically carry it. Technically.
Like Gin did manage to negotiate us the Tachikoma, so it can carry a lot of kit, but...
We have the perching chairs. Again, we don't speak up. They're basically chairs with a small repulsor in them, so they can be perched in trees.
Portable sniper's nest.
So I guess it could be used that way, yeah. They only have about a 10-meter ceiling though.
Well, that's still above where most people are prone to looking for fire. So you guys don't do I assume you guys are familiar with rope traps, yes? Deer steer, that kind of thing.
I don't speak up. Well, yeah, we still do those every now and then.
Okay. How about do you guys use any kind of like metal trap, like those claw trap type things or anything like that?
For the creatures that aren't as strong, there are the spring cages. Literally, a cage just pops up around them, but it won't hold anything particularly strong.
Because it would probably annoy a person, but and slow them down, but wouldn't actually hold them.
Yeah. We just don't usually fight people.
Well, yeah, I'm aware you don't really fight people. I'm just trying to figure out what we have to work with to adapt. As if you had some bear traps or something, we might be able to use those. But you have provided us plenty to work with. This is actually better off than I thought we'd be.
The bartender will speak up as he's refilling people's drinks. He'll give Gin a second drink. Oh.
I think we have some traps in the crate too.
We do have. We do have the poppers. They're usually used to scare off creatures when we think we're going to be swarmed. They're not much more than a small concussion grenade.
Okay, I can work with that. Okay, we have medium shot cases. That's what I was thinking.
Oh yeah, from the first order.
Mm-hmm.
Those aren't pop up though.
Yeah. Well, it says the traps. It says 15 medium shot cages, traps.
Well, it's the kind of traps where you set something in there, the animal goes in there.
Oh, okay, so it's still very obvious what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I suppose you could camouflage it, but... Like, they could make good impromptu jail cells.
Yeah.
I say that we camouflage the camouflage.
Okay.
What else? I mean, we have stun weaponry.
Perfect.
Like some sun pistols. Gin will start to say "and" while when Anya interrupts her. I say, "And we have the sighting discs." She'll reach behind her and takes out it. It looks like a frisbee, and a pair of goggles. Basically, what you do with this is
It's a flying camera.
yes.
He just looks again. Why am I just now finding out about these? How many missions have you been on with us where this would have been incredibly handy?
Gin
Wait, what is this?
It's an Amazon drone. It's a frisbee that links to a pair of goggles that has a camera on it.
Oh my god. Come on.
Gin will be sipping her drink. Her eyes will be angled away from away from you, like looking over there.
Like, that would make my job like 10 times easier than I'm currently doing.
While with her lips still on the glass, she'll she'll just be like, "Never came up."
Do you guys build those in house or buy them somewhere? And would you be willing to part with a couple of them after this? Or tell me where I can acquire some.
Anya will start to say something, but Gin will speak up as she's put her glass down. No, they're made here.
Okay, we're gonna be getting some of those from you after this. We could have sent that into the warehouse before your people got shot.
Oh, did you actually say that? Did you actually say that?
Yeah.
Gin looked sheepish and a little ashamed.
I mean, it's okay. Nobody was actually seriously hurt, but next time we have a resource like that would actually come in really handy, please speak up. Don't be shy. You know we run this semi-democratically.
Anya will speak up and is smirking at Gin. So she didn't mention to you that they have camouflage casing?
Oh, since she didn't mention they exist at all, no, she did not mention they have camouflage casing.
So, why do I feel like there's something being talked about that I could use right now, guys?
I mean,
Just saying, I have this weird
check
feeling.
The definition, but I'm pretty sure the character would know this. I assume a flying camera counts as optics.
Here's the thing.
That's a good question. Does it?
You know, with the context of the conversation,
it sounded like they were talking about like enhanced optics, like night vision.
They were talking about night vision, infrared, sonic
weapon
radars.
sights.
So they were talking about sensors, not just basic, simple cameras.
Yeah, they were talking about vision enhancement.
Okay, so as long as we're not having it use a thermograph or something, we are technically in the clear.
It really depends on how they classify this.
It sounds like a you should
strictly
PTP reporting.
speaking, no, it wasn't. These cameras weren't mentioned.
Yeah. Which says we probably want to have them in our back pocket, but not actually use them unless we really need to, since it will probably cost us points as we try to lawyer our way out of using them. But I sure as fuck want them for the future.
Yeah. This would have made what I'm doing so much faster if I had
I was going to buy
drones
those
with
little
Tachicomas.
mini probe droids that they had in Rebels, but this is so much better.
Yeah, it just proves you throw it.
I mean, does it stay up when you throw it, or is it like Vex's arrow where you throw it and just kind of wait for it to hit the ground? I mean, does it have like micro repulsor to stay up?
Well, it does. It does have a. It's not typically set to hover mode, but what it typically it does is it's meant to be thrown to be a short range scout or like around a tree to make sure there's nothing behind.
Well,
behind a tree.
so it's primarily designed to just like throw around the corner and see if anything eats it,
Yeah,
and if it gets eaten, you get to see what ate it.
Yeah. Now, again, it does it. You have to look into it, but some models would have the more expensive ones would have the repulsors on to allow for extended range throw,
Or having it come back.
have it come back, or have it hover. The more basic ones, and these are Caffeine makes all of these. But the most basic ones is basically a ultra lightweight Tribzian camera.
Okay, so we have locally home, organically made Roger Rogers.
Wait. Roger Rogers is in we basically have our own version of very horrible droids that can do things for us?
Roger Rogers is what Sierra calls her your camera remotes in David's game. Her little mini probe droids.
Oh.
I do want to note though that these things do not have droid brains on them. I just want to
No, they are purely flying cameras.
Yeah.
But I could always add a droid brain. Droid shit is what I specialize in. But just the ability to have a mobile camera, so many situations that would have helped with. Even if it is just me throwing it down the hallway.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of why I got the dog, because I have a data link to his camera so he can poke his head around and I can see what he sees, but...
Oh, cool. You have an FPS then.
Yeah.
A first-person slasher.
And one of the upgrades I want to get, they actually have like the wand camera that you can extend and it can actually look around things. I want to get that for his armor.
Oh my god, dude. That's
Like he's a
amazing.
bomb-sniffing dog.
Bomb-sniffing dog that can chew people's arms off by just touching them.
Okay. So, yeah, we're going to want a crate of those in all varieties. We're going to want your bats.
Do we need the bats, though?
The bats were the thing that had venom and sonar.
I mean, I think all we would really need is the venom, because we already have sonar.
Well, you see, the bats don't count as optics. Or sensors.
I don't think a map that was already made days before counts as sensors.
No,
or
but
optics.
the bats will tell us where they are in real time.
That's a good point.
Because technically the drones are cheating. However, a fucking bat that goes, they're here, is not.
That's a valid point. Also, don't mind me, I'm just bored off on this survey mission. By the way, I hope you like detail.
I asked
Like,
you for detail. That's why I sent you 3 days early.
Don't worry. You're going to know every square inch of this place.
So we're gonna want we're gonna obviously want your stealth technology. Probably gonna want your hover chairs.
So I just thought of the Professor X chair when you said that.
Wait a second, they even have fucking hover chairs?
They're apparently chairs that they can go up 10 meters and just let you kind of stick to a tree. So they're portable sniper nests.
I am so jealous. I wish I knew about these things.
Well, I'm gonna be sending you a manifest.
Just so you know, that's just a more teched up version of things we actually have now.
Yeah, I know. I don't think it can actually move anywhere. I think all it does is go up and down. But
yeah. Unfortunately, some hunters have actually died by falling asleep waiting for prey and falling out of their nest into the ground.
Well, I assume this thing has a seatbelt or something for that. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just the basis. Anyway.
So yeah, it's like the hover chairs, the camo, the stun netting, the bats.
Dimitri, can you roll me a d6, please?
Just 1d6?
Just 1d6. No power die, just a d6.
A 1.
Okay.
Also, you don't hear the music in the background unless I'm talking, right?
No, we don't. Hell, even when we're talking, we don't hear it. Our part's gonna be getting Quinlan not to chase the camera when I throw it.
That's... You got 3 days.
Crow, you will hear this. Rory, you will hear this if you were here. Dimitri, you will hear this. You will hear Gin in a low voice say, Dimitri, you know, it's too bad you're not here. It would certainly be make the situation a little bit nicer. She forgot to change the channel.
Don't worry,
I
we're gonna see him
guess
shortly.
Dimitri would have to respond to this at least. And say,
Pretty sure you're out
it's
of
better.
PTP link range.
Oh, I probably am.
Because those things only have a range of like 2 miles. Without boosters.
Oh, fuck. Can I try to make an impossible roll and see what happens?
Well, you guys were having this conversation on the side. I assumed you were having some sort of comm relayed in order to.
Well, that conversation was while we were on the way to.
Oh,
drop
okay,
him
that's
off.
in the past.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a past conversation. But just saying, I will make an impossible roll and see where it goes if you want me to.
What does the see if? Well, I mean, with that, you're definitely out of range of her comm link.
Okay.
I mean, it's still a radio signal, so technically I can get a very garbled version of it. Depending on the environment and other things like that. That's why if you use XM radio, you can actually hear things from across the world as it bounces across the magnetosphere.
Ooh.
Because I mean, these are point-to-point communicators, hence the name PTP. I think it's direct, like, line-of-sight type communication. I don't think they bounce that way.
I mean, probably, but
As I'm under the impression these are closer to, like, laser communicators.
Hey, now.
I thought I thought you're right. It is point to point because with their description, part of me was thinking they're like old AM radios. But
I mean, just saying.
Well, AM has ridiculous range.
Yeah, it does. It's
That's what I said.
AM,
has
FM,
ridiculous
XM.
range. FM is incredibly short range.
It depends on how much power is put through it, really.
Well, FM needs repeaters. AM, does not. Or if it does, it doesn't need anywhere near as many.
Speaking of which, though, even if it's laser stuff, I mean, let's just saying, if we are to believe Taldaran, we have control of their satellites and everything. Just saying,
So we're gonna
we
get this
totally
together.
just use their own satellites to make laser repeaters.
We have 3 days, so I have 2 days to run Anya and Gin through Gemini-style partnering drills.
Oh no, do you really want to do that?
I want to improve their teamwork so they're not going to shoot each other when I leave them alone in the woods, yes. I'm not putting them through the abusive shit, I'm just putting them through the teamwork exercises.
Well,
So you're not giving them the Dimitri treatment.
I'm giving them a 2-day partnership boot camp. And while I'm doing that, I want Sky to be milking some bats. Because I need some concentrated version of that venom for Dimitri's bow.
do you really want to see some redhead on redhead girl fights? Because that's what's going to happen, at least in the beginning.
Yeah, I expect that.
And because you're a wilderness, there might actually be a mud fight.
Just saying, can I be back before that one happens?
You're there all 3 days, man.
It could be 2, right? Damn it! Otherwise, it'll be really weird that you guys just show up there and I just appear out of the woods. So, hey guys, found all this stuff here.
That's not going to be weird. That's going to be exactly what I told you to do.
But I mean, I could just show up earlier. I mean, I rolled it like a 70-something.
Right, that's why you're able to complete it in the time you had.
Because remember, it's not just this section of the valley, it's the valley.
That's how you've basically surveyed the entire Shenandoah Valley in 3 days.
Oh. That puts more perspective on this.
Yeah, because like, the map I made is quadrant 2-3 of the valley.
And I mapped the entire valley, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mapped the entire valley, and quadrant 2-3 is the one you felt was best suited for our needs.
Well then.
And as you can see by the map, plenty of area to use jetpack on and everything, so...
So, yeah.
So Sky has 2 days to make a venom concentrate for Dimitri's bow. And I have 2
Yay.
days to not kill each other.
You know what I've really been wanting to do for the longest time, and I think I've only been able to ask this 2 times before in the decade I've been running this system.
Actually, if there's any venom concentrate left over, I can use it on my darts or my wrist blades too.
Can you roll command for something other than giving bonuses? Because command counts for this kind of situation.
Training them, you mean?
Because of how you're doing it, yeah.
Training montages, man.
And because there's only 2 of them, they count as a pair.
Training montages in character. In session. What is going on?
Does this kind of take
Ow.
my time for 2 days? No, probably not.
I would actually ask for a roll a day.
Yeah, okay.
What? Well, you already mentioned like Gemini like training, but I view Gemini training like Weapon X training.
Yeah. Very similar, yeah. If this is all I'm doing, in theory I could concentrate on it.
Yeah, but then if they have questions and
Yeah, I
stuff
wouldn't
like
be able
that,
to, yeah.
It's like, just do this. What do you mean, just do this? Don't understand. I can't answer your questions right now. What do you mean you can't answer my questions right now? I'm too focused.
I'm deliberately saying every word so you can understand me. That takes a lot of time and effort. Do not question my wording.
At least not right now.
20 and 21,
Okay.
which for this system is very good. So I will take it.
Though, again, given the how are you doing anything else while you're doing this, or are you focused
I am
on
focused on training them
Okay.
and getting them to work together aside from eating. and
at,
pooping.
at a d6?
Just saying, on the off chance, I hope somehow, just because Dimitri is the flirt that he is, a mud fight somehow does get recorded.
Well, honestly, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking if Sky's there, she might record it. But,
Sky has no reason to be with me. In fact,
I'd
it's
say Sky-
very stated that
no,
she wasn't.
Sky's in the lab, though.
No, but wouldn't Sky be around you?
Well, she's in the village with me, but if she's milking bats, you know, I don't know where she would. Can she do that out in the open and watch them, or would she have to be in the on the med deck?
Well, I would presume it wouldn't take all 2 days to milk all of them.
Well, she's milking them and trying to concentrate on something that's actually useful. But
Yeah, but
I don't know. I don't know if she can do that. You know.
some of what that is hurry up and wait.
Okay. Well, then yeah, she can watch, and I know Crow's helmet records because he has the hollow recording binocular shit in there.
Oh, you hear that, Dimitri? He gets a 3-dimensional hollow recording of this. In color, I presume.
Well, yeah. I gotta pay for that cheap ass black and white artistic shit. Yeah, make him do some tires, make him do his training montage song, make him do the Naruto bell test. You know, we're going to put him through all the shit. Bell test. I have a jetpack. You don't. Whee!
I
so
would say
cruel.
if you're gonna pull a Zahara, but they're hunters. They essentially do that anyway.
Yeah. I'm confident in their combat training. I'm trying to get their trust exercises and teamwork shit going.
Okay.
Momentarily trying to figure out how to integrate those damn frisbees into my HUD,
So,
which I know is not that hard, but
no, it just it just
I just need to tell my helmet to accept the new signal. That's
Yeah.
Hey, helmet. Yeah, boss. See this thing? It's broadcasting signal. Accept it.
You know this universal signal receiver decoder antenna thing that we have sticking out? Use it on that.
let's see, 123.4. Okay, there we go.
I love that thing. The description is so vague. I can in theory receive any broadcast signal ever on there. So I got the
So-
radio on one side, and I